This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by CFU, the power of service.
The 2016 football season comes to a close. We take a look now at the future of Panther football. And Coach, some key returners back for your program on both sides of the football.
They are, and we got some good players on offense and defense that were impactful players this year. And we have multiple, freshmen and sophomores that played that now have game experience. So, yeah, it's very optimistic at looking forward, but there's a lot of work to do, and that's what we want to focus on.
On the offensive side of the ball, you've got first-year players, Eli Dunn, those freshman wide receivers, 4 of them that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, but Doris Fountain, Javion Browning, a couple of guys that are back for another year next year.
Yeah, we've got some quality players, and who will be the running back will yet to be decided. And, how this thing plays out at quarterback and receiver, and so I just think we need to go back and solidify our offensive line, make sure that those 5 guys are impactful players, solidify our defensive line. Those are the 2 places this all starts, and then get your skill to surround it with.
On that defensive line, Bryce Douglas, Hezekiah Applegate, a couple of big guys that will be back up front.
There's some good players coming back with experience as well, and again, we need to get in the weight room. And we need to recruit some size, and we need to get this football team stronger and bigger.
How much do you see guys grow from year to year? Is it bigger leaps once they start to get some game reps?
Game reps help them. An experience like this season helps them because they see how close but yet how far, and it really applies to that extra effort that they put into those days when it's cold and windy outside in February and March when nobody's watching. Those are the days that are going to count.
Coach, some of the other returners defensively, Duncan Furch, A.J. Allen, Ricky Neal, Elijah Campbell, some of those guys really kind of came into their own this season.
They did. They got their first game experience, so they found out what worked and what didn't work. And again, that applies to what they take from that now and what they apply to that in our off season.
What do you like what you saw out of those newcomers in this first year? Always raising the bar as a head coach, but seeing their first snaps, did you like what you saw?
I thought Ricky did a nice job pass rushing. I think he found a home at defensive end where we can bring him off the edge. I think that was impactful. I think Hezekiah found out, that the type of player that takes play inside is not just, the week in, week out, the play in. Play out. It's you get in the fourth quarter, to be a defensive tackle, you take a lot of hits in there. So I think that experience has really adjusted their mindset of what it takes, and that's important when you're young to learn that.
All right, coming up here, we've got a story on Preston Woods, another player with some experience. We'll be back for his senior year this next year. Quite the road to recovery, though, to get back on the field and get into that starting position for the UNI football team.